Have you ever dreamed of flying faster than the speed of sound? For a few decades, that dream was a reality for commercial passengers. This is the story of the Concorde, an icon of aviation and a marvel of engineering. Picture this. It's the 1950s, the dawn of the jet age. Britain and France, two aviation powerhouses, were separately dreaming of a supersonic transport, an SST. Instead of competing, they decided to join forces in 1962. This collaboration was a testament to European unity and gave birth to a project which would push the boundaries of what was thought possible. The word Concorde means agreement or harmony, perfectly reflecting this partnership. But building the Concorde was a monumental challenge. It needed to fly at Mach 2, twice the speed of sound, at an altitude of 60,000 feet on the very edge of space. This required a completely new design. The most iconic feature? That long, slender body and the elegant delta wing. This shape wasn't just for looks. It was essential for managing the intense physics of supersonic flight. And what about that famous drooping nose? It was a genius solution. Pilots needed a clear view of the runway for takeoff and landing, so the nose would tilt down. Once airborne and ready to go supersonic, it would raise back up to create that perfect aerodynamic profile. The engines were another masterpiece. The four Rolls-Royce Snecma Olympus 593 turbojets were the most powerful pure jet engines ever used in a commercial aircraft. They used reheat, basically afterburners, to punch through the sound barrier, producing a thunderous roar that became known as the Concorde boom. On March 2, 1969, Concorde 001 took its first flight from Toulouse, France. The world watched in awe. After years of rigorous testing, commercial flights finally began in January 1976 with British Airways and Air France. The flagship route was London or Paris to New York. A typical transatlantic flight on a Boeing 747 took about 7 to 8 hours. Concorde did it in under 3.5. Passengers could have breakfast in London and arrive in New York before they even left, thanks to the time difference. Flying on Concorde was the pinnacle of luxury. The cabin was narrow, with just 2 seats on each side, but the experience was unparalleled. Passengers, often celebrities, royalty, and top executives, sipped champagne and dined on gourmet meals while cruising faster than a rifle bullet. They could literally see the curvature of the Earth against the dark sky above. On board, a display showed the Mach number, a constant reminder of the incredible speed they were traveling. Despite its technological triumph, Concorde faced significant hurdles. The sonic boom it created when breaking the sound barrier was so loud that it was banned from flying supersonic over land, severely limiting its potential routes. High operating costs and rising fuel prices made tickets incredibly expensive, turning it into a luxury for the very few rather than a mode of transport for the many. Major airlines that had initially placed orders, like Pan Am and TWA, canceled them, leaving only British Airways and Air France to operate the fleet. For nearly 3 decades, Concorde was the undisputed queen of the skies, a symbol of speed, progress, and elegance. But its reign came to a tragic and abrupt end. On July 25, 2000, Air France Flight 4590 crashed shortly after takeoff from Paris, a devastating accident that shook public confidence. Although the Concorde fleet was modified and returned to service, the combination of the crash, the post-9/11's aviation downturn, and soaring maintenance costs sealed its fate. In October 2003, Concorde made its final commercial flight. Thousands gathered to watch the last landings, a poignant farewell to an aviation legend. Today, the remaining Concordes are preserved in museums around the world, silent monuments to a bygone era of supersonic travel. The story of Concorde is one of ambition, innovation, and bittersweet reality. It proved that we could cross oceans at twice the speed of sound, but it also taught us that technological marvels must be practical and sustainable. While we may not have supersonic passenger jets today, the dream isn't dead. A new generation of engineers is working on quieter, more efficient supersonic aircraft. Perhaps one day, the spirit of Concorde will fly again, reminding us to always reach for the skies. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories from the world of technology and engineering. See you next time.